Hey everybody, just want to do a quick video here. So as you might be able to see right there, I purchased that on eBay, but you can get it on Amazon as well. It's called a Lab Genius. Let me get the box for you real quick. So hold that a little bit better. So there you go. There's the box. Sorry about the reflection from the light behind me. And then you get the shadow for my body blocking some of that light. But there's the website for it. The name, the speed, the voltage, simple operation. It really is simple. Let's see. Don't think this will help you any on trying to find it. It's just the barcode. But if it does, then there you go. So literally, it's quite simple. Just plug it in. It's got some little rubber feet. It's pretty hefty. But the reason I got it is shaking my paints to get the fluids to mix up. And that one isn't so great to see. Let me see if I grabbed that one because I could easily see that the thing was separated. But I think this one might work, but you can't really see it because of the label. Alright. Come on. You can kind of see. Let me find a different one. Here we go. This one works. So if you look, you got the orange at the top. You got the pigment at the bottom, really, and then kind of the flow. This is my old coat of arms. I try to... God, man, talk about focus issues. So I tried to take the label off and put it on here. It didn't really work so well. Kind of glued it on place. This is the Angel's Red color from the old coat of arms, which used to be GW colors. But I got an agitator in here. I use the... I was using stainless steel ball bearings, and then I got turned on to... not graphite. What the hell's that damn stone called? Hematite. Hematite. And all it is, it's the beads that you would use for jewelry. So there's like the little hole in it. I got the non-magnetic kind, just to make sure I have no problems. There is no mineral or anything in like that that's going to make that material rust. So it's not going to be an issue in my paints. So that is in there. It's not necessary, but it's just an extra bit. Now, this thing is not loud at all. And I'm going to show you how this works, and it's pretty quick and easy. So you just put it over that little nib, press down, and it shakes. And you can probably already hear the agitator in there getting rocked around. And this bottle has been sitting on a shelf for a number of years because I haven't used this color that much. It's a nice color, don't get me wrong. And you can see it's already starting to move, and it's not that loud. And I can tip this upside down if I really want. Now you're pretty close. You're less than maybe 3 or 4 inches away from the actual machine itself, and if you look, I'm doing no effort. It's just taking a couple of seconds, and this is mixing up really nicely. I mean, if you really want to assist it, right, you could do just a couple quick ones and just doing that right there just to get the agitator to move up and down. Look at that, right? And then you can go back and do that. So you could do that right off the bat, right? You can take this, put it upside down. That'll really kind of break it up and make it move, right? So you can do any of the combinations. It's really not that loud. So I mean, you could really do it while somebody's sleeping in the next room, and it should not disturb them unless they're super light sleeper. But as you can see, that's pretty mixed. I could probably maybe warrant a few more seconds on there, but okay. So I'm gonna remove the cap. Now, these are one of those cheapy made in China bottles. And I had already done this one. Or I'm sorry, this was the one I was going to do. I actually had one I had already done. Oh yeah, I did my P3. Because P3 will separate after a long while. And that one was really quick because I've used that one more recent. Let me see, palette. I just don't want to put it on anything. Fuck it. So, I know. I'll put it on the bottom of the base. I'm not gonna hurt anything. I'm gonna put a little bit right there. Look at that. Normally, even after shaking the hell out of some paints, you would get the fluid first and then the pigment come out with the fluid mix. That right there is well mixed paint. I didn't have an explosion with the cap. That's more from me opening it up. Oh, that's more for me just opening it up and dripping the paint out and not making sure the paint got sucked back in, which isn't a big deal. I just was kind of doing it quickly, plus trying to look through the cell phone. But yeah, so that is that. I want to say I spent around $65, $70-ish dollars. Now you can get different ones with these that have different little knobs that you can twist and stuff to get different settings if you really want to get something like that. But for our general purposes, this is more than enough. Yeah, it's one bottle at a time. You could probably rig something to take your dropper or even regular pots and press it down and hold it in place for you while you do something else for a little bit, so that way you can just come back over and grab it if you really wanted to go that route. But from what I've done through my little bit of testing is really just take it, just go 1, 2, just to kind of break that thing up and move it up and down instead of the vigorous shaking that I normally would do, which eventually would, if I went through enough paints, would cause my elbow to kind of bother me a bit. I'm getting old. And then just real quick. Like I said, you can definitely upside down just to make it sure on the safe side. And then just pop. Right? And then just now this one's been, this is one of my first paints, so this one might have needed a little bit more mixing than what we got. There we go, but not really in focus, but you should be able to see that. Now this paint, I haven't used this one that off much, this particular color. I don't think I've actually used it at all, other than to mark the cap. Come on, camera. If the camera decides to cooperate with me. Come on, you piece of shit. You can do it. We know you can. So let's try it this way. Wow, it does not want to focus whatsoever. Let's try. No. Now you're getting the glare of the light on the paint, but guarantee you, I promise you, there is no fluid. That is a perfect mix between paint and pigment and fluid. Medium. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Medium. Like I said, the tips of the caps aren't really coming out messy. Even when I put it upside down. Come on. This is ridiculous today. This cell phone camera just does not want to seem to focus. There we go. I had to tap on the screen to get it to focus. Excuse me. But I had no paint gushing out beforehand. Let's see if now I can get it. There we go. What a piece of crap. And the light you see reflecting on it on the right hand side, that's my lamp. That's this here that you're seeing as a reflection on it. You can kind of see it on the red too, but I'll turn it so that way you can see it didn't run off down to the bottom or down towards the inner slit. So that's a perfect mix. Took me only a few seconds. Not bothering my elbow, my wrist, my hands. If you got carpal tunnel, it shouldn't bother your carpal tunnel either. For the price, not bad at all. It's got little rubber feet on the bottom down here, so you're not shaking everything else. Now, I kind of thought about buying, so you can get it like this, but you can also get tables. I kind of thought about buying the tables, and the main reason I thought about that is that recently I have purchased myself Herstart molds and plaster of Paris. Of course, I found out after I bought this plaster of Paris at a really good price, though, that I probably should have got dental mix instead. I forget what the heck they sell. Plaster. That's why I should have got dental plaster. It's much stronger. But a little late now. I'll just go through that. That should work perfectly fine for what I plan on using it with or for. But so I was thinking maybe I could fill the molds, put them on the vibrating table. That would vibrate the air out. But for the amount of money it was going to cost me, I'm like, how much am I going to really use it? You know, for that kind of stuff, I can just bang on the table to get the bubbles out. How much time it takes for it to set, even the dental stuff. As long as you're doing stuff right, it should be perfectly fine. So I decided against that, and just to get that. Of course, if I went with the table, obviously, you could put multiple paints down on that table and have the table shake all those paints at one time. You know, that's definitely a option. So if that's something you want to go with, then, you know, by all means, go ahead. I'm looking for one that's a little less paint in it. Because when I did the P3 paint I had, you could see kind of clearly at the top, and you could really see it move in that paint. This one's not going to do it, but I really could see that paint getting splashed all around as it was vibrating it up and mixing the paint. It was really kind of cool to watch. This Scorn Red actually might work. So if you look here, you can kind of see the fluid right there. So I'm going to get this thing to refocus. And look at that. Boom. That's what I wanted to show you. Right there. That's friggin' amazing. That's quick and nice. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to squirt that one out. I don't really no need. This is glue with no agitator. Let's see what that looks like real quick. Just the shits and giggles. I mean, even look at that. Even paint or glue. I'm sorry. This is basically Elmer's glue. This is oh, what the heck is the company name? Secret Weapon. This is off of one of their little package deals for terrain. Because there was some stuff I wanted to grab, and it was just cheaper and smarter just to pick that up. So that's why I picked it up. I mean, that even moved that. So you can have some pretty thick paints, and it's still going to shake that stuff up. So my recommendation, definitely get it. Do I have a freaking GW paint pot in my collection I could show that I haven't moved to a dropper bottle? No, I do not. So I won't be able to show you that, but I guarantee you it's going to work in a paint pot as well. You can buy glass beads and stuff like that to put in your paint pots to get them to shake. It's going to work with like the Vallejo liquid metal. It's just a matter of bloop, just popping it on there and vibrating it. It's going to work with your Minotaur paints or Minotaur paints as well. You can really hear that thing rattling around. You can actually even see it hit the plastic in the front. If you really wanted to, the Vallejo, the liquid metals, which are enamel based, alcohol based, I think actually. What's the correct term? You can hear that thing. And these things are a pain in the butt to get the medium off the bottom and shake it up. Unfortunately, my camera's not going to really pick up the medium being moved over correctly, but yeah, you can't see it in the camera, but that medium is no longer down there. So my personal opinion, great buy for the money. You your personal opinion. If you just want to shake the stuff up, knock yourself out. If you want to try to make something with like a computer fan that you kind of make offset and it spins and shakes a little platform, maybe you put above it or below it, you could probably achieve the same effect. How effective it would be compared to this, though, is another question. But I just want to kind of put that out there, let you guys see it, and let you make your own decisions if it's something you'd like to buy. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you later.